with DDO4. So last time we were here, I was with Kave, and he was telling us what to take out of our diet to get the best summer body and lean out. And today I have Shelby Jacquez. She's one of our fitness performance trainers at DIAKADI, and she's going to be telling us what to eat and still lose weight and lean out. So Shelby, I'd love to go over like 3 tips that you have to do this. Tip number 1, what would you recommend?
Well, first off, I would say that all the work that we do in the gym is really only half the battle, and the second part of the battle takes place in the kitchen, okay? So without the right hydration and nutrition, all the work that you do, I still don't believe you're gonna get the results that we're looking for, okay? So let's talk hydration. Something that's very widely known that we should drink water. It used to be 8 ounces of water 8 times a day, but that's 64 ounces of water, and now there's a rule that says 1 ounce of water for half of your body weight. Okay? So the importance of hydration, I could go into it for a very long time, but in regards to this segment, just note that an adequate amount of water helps with calorie burning, as well as dehydration stops fat loss. So for those 2 things, make sure you drink your water, either the minimum of 8 times 8 or half your body weight every day.
Great. And right when you wake up to kind of refill your body. And
Absolutely. Absolutely, because most of us are dehydrated for probably anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, and then when we wake up, often people want coffee or tea, which are both dehydrating. So when you first wake up, I would suggest you drink anywhere between 12 to probably 16 ounces of water to rehydrate, especially if you're going to work out in the morning.
Great. Okay. And summer tip number 2. What would be your number 2?
Summer tip number 2. I guess the most important macronutrient for building our bodies and for retaining our muscle mass would be protein. Okay? Research says it's somewhere between 0.6 to 1.1 grams of protein per day per body weight. Now, that's a pretty big range of difference, so you really have to know what feels best for you. So, but with that said, most people find themselves okay within that ratio. And again, if you don't eat enough protein, you're not going to build the muscle that we're looking for, and you might not retain the muscle that you have.
Okay. And then tip number 3.
Tip number 3, let's see. Now, a lot of people have a thing for sweets. I have a thing for sweets. And when you're watching your nutrition, often people go into a period of calorie deprivation. So they may reach for some form of synthetic treat. One thing that I love to do, especially in the summer, because fruits and vegetables are so beautiful, is to take sliced watermelon, put it in a blender with ice, blend it up, and you have the most delicious icy. Now, the thing about watermelon is, yes, it does have a little bit of sugar, but it's also filled with an antioxidant known as lycopene. And lycopene is not only good for Alzheimer's or health disease, it's also really great because it's a natural sunscreen and it really does help with the skin.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, Shelby, so I'd like to circle back to protein because I know a lot of people have questions about how much protein, how many carbs, how much fat should I work into my diet to really get the best weight loss and to, lean out. So do you have any recommendations on how to formulate a plan?
Yeah, it's a really hard question to answer because there are so many different schools of thought. Probably the number 1 diet right now for people to try and or read a book or a magazine is the Paleolithic diet, otherwise known as the paleo diet. And it works wonderful for some people, and that's a very high fat, high protein diet. They do not watch their calories whatsoever. I like the paleo diet because it does get people into the kitchen because you have to have a lot of control over your food, which is a great thing because so many people eat out, they have no idea what they're eating. But when you're in the kitchen, you have a lot of control. But the paleo diet doesn't work for everybody. Some people need the old-fashioned calorie-restricted diet as long as it's within a sensible range and you're not under-eating so that way you don't build your muscle. Because if you eat too little, you won't gain the mass that you're looking for. So again, it's a hard question to answer. My suggestion to my clients and the people watching this segment would be try something. 6 weeks, see how you feel, both physically and mentally, and if you're getting the results that you're looking for, stick with it.
Awesome. And then are there any tools out there? So while people are trying this out for 6 weeks, like anything that they can use to be held accountable or track things What would you recommend?
Accountability, I think, is probably the number one, because some people have poor eating habits. Maybe that means they snack, they mindlessly eat, they eat out of boredom. And when you do track, you're accountable. And so there are various tracking devices online that you can just either write your food down and log it. And for that alone, people are like, I don't want to log a handful of crackers. I'm not even hungry for crackers, so why am I going to eat those? So that eliminates those empty calories. And then there's a really great app out that I have clients that use. It's called Meal Logger. And what it allows the person to do is take a picture of their plate and then put it out there for the internet circle that have downloaded Meal Logger to take a look at. And once again, if you're going to take a picture, most people are not going to take a picture of a handful of crackers,
Right.
because they know it's not nutrient dense, and they know it's just a filler food. So I do believe in definitely logging, because it really helps with accountability and self-sabotage.
Awesome. Great recommendation.
Yes.
Okay, great. So to wrap everything up, Shelby recommends hydrating as much as you
Yes.
can during the summer,
Yeah.
getting as much protein as you can that is fit for your body and your goals. And then also, instead of going for that sugary sweet, maybe using some of the fresh fruits during the summer to kind of trick yourself into eating something a little bit healthier but has that fulfillment for the sweet too. Great.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys want more information, please check out our blog and our website, and we'll be back for another episode of Summer School with DBO4 next time. Thank you.
Thank you.